Long ago, in a small village surrounded by endless golden deserts, there lived a poor young man named Zayan. Zayan was not rich, powerful, or famous. He lived with his old mother in a tiny house. He earned money by repairing broken tools and selling handmade wooden items in the village market. But Zayan had one thing that made him different from everyone else. He was extremely curious. Every evening, he would sit outside his house and listen to old travelers telling stories about hidden kingdoms and magical treasures. Most people laughed at these stories, but Zayan believed that every legend had a little truth hidden inside it. One night, an old traveler arrived in the village. He looked tired and frightened, wearing a long black cloak and a strange silver necklace. As Zayan was closing his shop, the old traveler suddenly stopped in front of him. "Are you Zayan?" he asked. Zayan looked surprised. "Yes, how do you know my name?" The old man looked around carefully. "Because your grandfather once saved my life." The traveler explained that Zayan's grandfather once discovered a secret door in the desert, protecting a lost treasure from an ancient king. The old man removed the silver necklace and gave it to Zayan. "Your grandfather asked me to keep this safe until the right person came." Zayan stared at the necklace. "What does it do?" The old man pointed toward a strange symbol. "This symbol is the key." Before Zayan could ask another question, the old traveler whispered, "Do not trust anyone." Then he disappeared into the darkness. The next morning, Zayan traveled deep into the desert. He followed the clues hidden in the necklace until he reached a massive black rock. On the rock, he saw the same symbol. Zayan placed the necklace against it. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. A powerful wind swept across the desert, and the sand started moving in circles. Then, a huge stone door appeared beneath the sand. Zayan touched the door. A deep voice echoed from inside. "Only the one who seeks truth may enter." The door opened. What he saw left him speechless. The underground chamber was filled with mountains of gold, diamonds, and ancient weapons. In the center stood a golden throne, but there was something else. On the throne was a small wooden box. Zayan opened it. Inside was an ancient letter from his grandfather warning that this treasure was not meant for the greedy. Zayan suddenly heard footsteps. He quickly hid behind a large stone pillar as a group of armed men entered the chamber. At the front was a wealthy merchant from the village. "So the legend was true!" he shouted. His men began filling bags with gold. Suddenly, the entire chamber began shaking. The golden walls started turning black. A powerful voice echoed, "Greed has awakened the curse!" The men screamed and tried to escape, but the door had disappeared. Zayan remembered his grandfather's words. He quickly placed the wooden box back on the throne and shouted, "I don't want the treasure!" The shaking stopped. A bright light filled the chamber. The secret door opened again, and Zayan ran outside. The greedy merchant and his men were trapped inside. Zayan returned to his village with only the ancient letter. Years later, Zayan became known as the wisest man in the region. He used his knowledge to help the poor and build schools. When asked why he didn't take the gold, Zayan smiled. "Wisdom can change the lives of thousands." The treasure belongs not to the one who finds it, but to the one who can resist it.